This is a draft. I'm about to go to bed. So I'm just gonna do a little draft video. So in the future, I could make a full on video regarding religion and cults and I guess my experience with them. But overall, in today's day, as we see in present time, and for what I think, religion and cults, they're one and the same. Religion and cults are one in the same. Some religions and some cults are legal, some are illegal, some are frowned upon, some are made fun of, some are accepted, some are kept secret, kept private, some are public, um, some have many sects, some don't, some are racist, some are not. Religion cults are all one in the same clubs, one in the same type of thing. Um, once you have someone telling you what to do and how you should live, or using a book, or saying that their God says you to live this way or that way, it's a cult. And it's unnecessary. But I get it. A lot of people, they want to feel part of some kind of community because this world is such a crappy world. You just want to be part of that community. I do too, and sometimes I feel like, hey, let's just join this church, join church and be part of a community. But that's what they want. The so-called elites of this world, they want us joining these religion and cults because they keep us distracted, they keep us down, they keep our energy, our frequency low. So when we're in these cults and religions, we give all our power, all our energy into it, other than into ourselves, into our family, into our progress, into our growth. They rather you worship this so-called God or person that is so great and almighty when, if we're just talking about gods, they just don't exist. They really just don't exist. Maybe they exist, but no one can prove that any exists. So therefore, right as of right now, like none of them actually exists. But they want us to put all our energy into something that doesn't exist. Imagine doing all the work, all the studying, and in the end, you have to give all the credit to this thing that doesn't exist. You did all the work, all the thinking. But I get it, man. I get it. To when you're on this journey and you get to the end, it's like there's no way I could have done that. So let's give something that doesn't exist all the praise. I get it, but we gotta break out of that and realize, hey, it's we are doing it. Us, maybe other people are helping us. I do believe in spirituality, but I think that we should keep certain things to ourselves, things that we cannot actually prove. We should keep it to ourselves. Like I believe in various spiritual stuff, but I'm gonna keep it to myself, and that's how we all should be. Just keep it to ourselves because everyone's gonna have a different interpretation of spirituality, of gods, of what gods can and can't do. And a good example of that is so many cults out there. There's so many religion, so many Christianity sects because everyone has a different interpretation. Even when you're part of a cult and religion, and you're being under their control, you're still gonna have something that you're interpreted very differently from the leader or other people. So nothing is 100%. And the reason for that is there's no proof. A good example of this is we can prove that grass is green. We're going to see grass is green. And maybe there's some place out there where grass is a different color. But overall, as we know, grass is green and no one's going to debate that. Water's wet, no one debates it. When it's cold, thing freezes. We're not going to debate that, but or add or take away from that. But when it comes to religion and cults and gods, when there's no valid proof, people can add, take away, create, and manipulate all these things. That's why this world's in the state that is in, because there's so many religions, so many cults out there, whether they're public, private, illegal, secret, private, doesn't matter. Um, so many out there, and they're one and the same. They are one and the same. And some religions and cults will say they're not a religion or cult, or it's a lifestyle, or it's a way of life, it's a culture. But cult comes from the word culture, culture. Even some cultures could be considered cult in a way. Um, even if it's not organized, there's certain things in various cultures you can or can't do, you can't say. And to me, that's like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I don't see any problem with that. But there's certain things you can't say or do when it's very harmless, and they'll take offense to that. But you know, religion and cults, there's really no proof of it. And usually people who join religions and cults, it's because of I believe three things. Because of fear, there is pleasure, and I believe there's also the sense of belonging. There's probably more, but those are the three: belonging, fear, and pleasure. And many people will get either all three or one of the three. That's why they run to cults and religion. Um, but I get it. We're living a day that's where the world is really crappy, and we want to feel part of something. And instantly, we want to run to religion and cults. I do sometimes too, but you know, I like to be real and truthful. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm not gonna agree with everything. It just doesn't make any sense. But I get it. A lot of people want to feel part of a community, and they run to religion, whether they believe in the gods or not, or have a different interpretation. Some people will stay in these cults and religions just for that sense of community, a sense of belonging. All for what? This wasted life, wasted time. For what? For an imaginary being that doesn't exist. For other, narcissist people, pastors, these bishops, these leaders, these bosses. For what? Man, people, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. But anyways, I gotta go to bed. Let your lightning be your sword, and your sun be your shield.